It's been a wild few years with a lot of change. Changing commissioners, a new work from home policy, and two new initiatives coming at us right now, IPD and EPIC. With all this change, I'd also be speculating about what happens next. I have the answers you're looking for. Myth busting starts now. Hello, and welcome to Busting Myths with the Commish. I'm Interim Commissioner Joe Galbato, but that's not my only job. I'm also TDOT's Chief Financial Officer and the Chief of the Administrative Bureau. As you might suspect, that doesn't leave me a lot of time. But over the last few months, we've been working very tirelessly to make TDOT the best state agency in Tennessee, as well as the best Department of Transportation in the nation. Two key components of these efforts are the EPIC initiative, Empowering People, Influencing Culture, and IPD, or the Integrated Program Delivery Program. We've been sharing information as it develops, and the truth is many of these details are still being established and finalized. Over lunch, we wanted to hear from you and try to bust some of the myths that are going around. We've been talking to folks across the state and listening to your questions, online and in person. One of the main goals of EPIC and IPD is empowering all of you to speak up, and I'm glad you are. TDOT will operate at its best when everyone feels comfortable raising their hand, contributing an idea. That's why we're here today. We want this conversation to be a two-way street, and we want to ensure everyone is informed and everyone is heard. With that, let's bust some myths. We want to talk about what's on your mind, good and bad. We've got a great group of folks here today. We want to talk about what they've been hearing, what they're excited about, but really what they're worried about. And that's why we're so fortunate to be joined by Willie Clayton. He comes to us from Region 2, where he works as a safety coordinator. So Willie, what have you been hearing? What's on your mind?
So I've been here now for 3-4 years. I'm really comfortable with what I'm doing in Region 2 in health and safety. I am, however, concerned, about jobs. I know that EPIC is going to be restructuring the department. IPD, the emphasis is going to be on collaboration between the regions and headquarters. But again, will I be losing my job?
Well, yeah, you hit probably the number one question everybody wants to know. And the answer is no one's going to lose their employment. That's not the purpose of this whole exercise. We're trying to put the right person at the right job at the right time. We're trying to structure an organization where we're staffed based on workload. Let me talk a little bit about the history of how this all started with EPIC, because we took things a step further. The state did an analysis through the McKinsey Group to look at workload and supervisors. We found some supervisors had no direct reports, or one or two. Some had 15, 16, 17. The real sweet spot of a supervisor is to have 4 to 8 people that you can actually manage the number of people. But we try to take this a step further. So let's not just look at jobs and how many direct reports, but let's look at the career paths. And that's why we've talked about the 3 career paths: the leadership role, the technical expert role, and the program project management role. So we're trying to have a really job enrichment here at TDOT where you're going to want to stay at your jobs. We don't want you to leave. We work very hard to get people in. Let me give you a statistic. We hired more than 400 people the last couple of years each year. We've lost about 400 people each year. So once we get you here, we want to keep you here. But I want to impart on everybody, and you can take this back to the folks in Region 2, that I want the employees to take ownership of their careers. I don't want them to wait for a supervisor to just make something happen for them. I want people to chart their own course. So again, the short answer is no one's going to lose their employment. That's not the intent of this exercise. We want to keep everybody here.
Okay.
I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. It helps me a lot. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
EPIC is about people. It's about ensuring all of us have a great place to work. It's about providing all of us with the opportunity to chart our own career paths. It's about empowering all of us to work efficiently, bring new ideas, and innovate. And yes, compensation is important. EPIC will offer competitive, market rate wages, and benefits. EPIC will impact all of us. It breaks down the bureaucratic walls in decision-making and empowers our experts to make important decisions. EPIC will provide the developmental opportunities and support to ensure you're not only able, but ready to tackle the new challenges facing Tennessee infrastructure in the 21st century. The EPIC initiative will make us a stronger organization and create a culture of innovation, advancement, and success. TDOT will continue to be a place you are proud of leaving a legacy.
I couldn't be more excited to see the EPIC ideas and culture take root at TDOT, and I'm sure you will all feel the same once you've been able to utilize its advantages and flexibility in the workplace. If you want to learn more about EPIC, that was just a taste in the video we're producing. But now let's hear from James Ratliff in Region 4 Shelby County Construction. What are you hearing about EPIC and IPD?
Sir, what we're here, we just want to know, will anybody in any region be taking any pay cuts?
It's a very good question. I want to point out that I am the CFO as well, and this is not a financial exercise. This is not about saving money. It's about actually improving people's pay. We have a very intense compensation study underway right now. We're looking at other DOTs, looking at other state agencies. We're trying to align our compensation with market rates and actually aligning what everybody is doing in their work with the special workloads. So we're trying to line everything up. But we have to have everybody, and you can take back to your folks, this is a big exercise. There's
Yes, sir.
4,000 people we're looking at in 4,000 different jobs, and so the studies take time. We've actually been bold looking at the Engineering Bureau, which has probably 3,600 of our 4,000 employees, trying to look at that first. Our hope is to go to DOHR with our recommendations here sometime in June and then start to implement things. But the goal is not to cut people's salary. That's not what we're trying to do.
Thank you so much. Hey, thank you for your time today.
Well, we think, is that going to help you and your people out in the field?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, we appreciate your time and appreciate your concerns, brother.
Thank you.
TDOT is developing multiple career paths. They include leadership, project management, technical, or a combination for employees to choose and pursue. This change means that supervisory experience is not always required to be promoted, and there are more opportunities for advancement. We will value project management, technical skills, and expertise as much as all of you do out in the field. A good project manager is nice, but a great teammate who can help you get the job done is just as important, and we want to do everything we can to facilitate more teamwork and opportunities for everyone. Compensation levels are being studied with the goal of aligning them with market rates. This change will lead to better compensation for staff based on responsibility and performance, and will give TDOT a competitive advantage to attract and retain talent in the industry. We know you'll do great work, and we want to keep you here. That's why we're fighting to make TDOT the best possible place to work.
The structure of an organization is a window into its values. We're going to minimize the bureaucracy and empower every worker to do their best and innovate. Our structure values knowledge, data innovation, and accomplishment. We're so incredibly lucky to be joined by another amazing team member. Leah Prince is here at TDOT headquarters, where she serves as a TDOT planning manager. So what have you been hearing about the changes coming to TDOT?
I've been hearing that we may have to completely learn new skill sets. Is that true?
That's a good question. The answer is no. You're not going to completely have to learn new skill sets, but you may. We've got new career paths going. So in today's world, you start as a basic staff worker, you work your way up the ladder. That's really the leadership track. We have the program management, project management track, as well as the technical track where you're a statewide expert in something. You may want to change your skill set to fit into one of those tracks, because that's a different way to embellish your career and make things go well. But we want to make sure that all the employees, and you can take back to the folks upstairs, that we're not going to leave you alone. We're going to provide a lot of training. In fact, right now we already have some leadership training underway with the EPIC Academy, and it's received rave reviews from all of our leadership. And so we want that kind of training going elsewhere. We'll have project management training, PDN training, and technical training programs for people. So if you want to make that change and completely change, you have that ability. But are you going to be forced? The answer is no. So rest assured, that's where we're coming. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, that clears up a lot of questions that I had. So thank you.
Well, thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
Planning, funding, design, environmental analysis, and stakeholder outreach are just a few of the many stages required before a transportation project even makes it to construction. IPD is the initiative we're going to use to analyze and improve that process. A key factor in the success of these projects is the commitment to working as a project team that is focused on managing risk, tight schedules, the need for innovation, and heightened public expectations. This approach provides an environment where project team members can collaborate with other disciplines to come up with better solutions to accommodate the traveling public and the taxpayers that fund our system. Our people will be better integrated, so we're more efficient. We'll work collaboratively and leverage innovative solutions to ensure better quality and timely delivery of our transportation projects so we can maintain our place as a national leader in transportation.
IPD is going to be a game changer. Streamlining processes, empowering teams, and getting out of the way will allow our talented people to deliver a better transportation system to the citizens of Tennessee. Marne Helbing comes to us here from Region 1 in Knox County. That's where she's an operations district supervisor. So what have you been hearing about the changes coming to TDOT?
Some of the changes I've been hearing are that projects are going to be taken away from regional staff.
Okay, well, that's a very good question. It comes to the whole idea that we keep talking about silos. The projects do not belong to the regions. The projects don't belong to divisions or headquarters. The projects belong to TDOT. We need to deliver these projects. We need to shift from this linear thought and this silo approach that it's a region, or it's part of structures, or it's part of construction. It's part of all of ours. We are bound to deliver our projects on scope, schedule, and budget. We can't have the scope creep because that causes schedules to break and causes budgets to get exploded. I want to put a big point that most people don't understand today. Our senior leadership, many directors and all the way up through senior leadership, through Paul, Preston, and myself, we are bound by our IPPs. And in those IPPs this year are all these different projects. So for fiscal 22, there's a list of projects that we are supposed to deliver, not individually, but as a team. And so we take responsibility, as all the people take responsibility, that we have to deliver the projects. Because it's in that frame of reference, pretty much every project in fiscal 22 will be delivered this year, which is an incredible thing. We've not done this in forever. Fiscal 23, when we just put that budget forth, everybody understands that these are the projects that we will all together as a community deliver. And so that team concept is in place here. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Well, I hope that gives you a good idea of how we're looking to organize moving forward. The process we're looking to manage around is the PDN, the Project Delivery Network. Let's take a look.
Every project needs a plan. At TDOT, that plan will start with the Project Delivery Network, or the PDN. We develop the PDN to deliver projects as efficiently as possible and provide consistency and transparency throughout the project delivery process. The previous project delivery process within PPRM had over 180 steps and was largely a tip-to-tail process, meaning that most of the tasks couldn't begin until the previous tasks had been completed. The PDN focuses on collaboration and will unleash our collective TDOT potential with a simple, scalable system perfect for innovation. The PDN will give you the tools and the team to get stuff done.
That's just a snippet of a great video on the PDN that will be available soon. I can't wait for you to have the tools, the team, and the support that the PDN will provide to all of you. I'm excited to see completed projects across the state, excited to see them within budget, excited to see them ahead of schedule. We're excited to be joined by Sammy Tucker. He comes to us from Region 3, where he works in floating maintenance. So what have you been hearing about the changes at TDOT?
Well, the one question is, it's EPIC. It's just like top to bottom.
Yeah, we hear that a lot. The answer is no. It's not just exactly like top to bottom. Top to bottom was about saving money. Top to bottom was a financial exercise. We had a goal of a $20 million recurring savings every year. We actually achieved over $40 million recurring every year. So that was good. EPIC's not about doing that. EPIC's about encouraging a team concept, breaking down team silos. EPIC's about more of a collaboration. The top to bottom was done introspectively. So inside of TDOT, we got a lot of smart people who figured out how we could save money. We still have TDOT people involved in this, but again, it's not about saving money. It's about creating a culture that we can sustain into the future that will make us stronger and better. So you can dispel with all of your friends, this is not top to bottom all over again. This is a brand new way of doing business, an exciting way for us to go into the future. Hope that answers your question.
It does. Thank you.
All right, thank you for coming in.
Go Vols!
Yeah, go Vols. And with that, we're out of time. The team and I still have a lot more work to do to get the full IPD and EPIC plans rolled out. Thanks for taking your lunch hour to join us. I hope everyone knows a little bit more now than they did when we started. And no, this isn't the end of the conversation. We want to hear from you. We want to answer every question timely, but please understand there is so much more work to do. We have tried to have fun today, but we take your involvement in this process so seriously. TDOT is a committed and impressive organization because of all of you. Thank you for what you do. See you next time.